Federal workers face confusion and uncertainty over back pay during the shutdown. Here's what really happened. On Tuesday, the Trump administration surprised many by stating that furloughed federal employees might not automatically receive back pay. But by Wednesday, it sent out notices assuring those same workers they would indeed be compensated retroactively. This sudden change left employees and observers scratching their heads. The Internal Revenue Service, IRS, like many other federal agencies, initially managed to keep its workforce on the job during the shutdown by dipping into existing funds. However, by Wednesday morning, these reserves were exhausted. As a result, the IRS began issuing furlough notices to tens of thousands of employees. From that moment on, those workers were told to stop working and stay home for the duration of the government closure. These furlough notices mostly contained standard information, but one part stood out. The messages quoted the Government Employee Fair Treatment Act of 2019, highlighting that federal employees affected by a lapse in appropriations are entitled to back pay once the shutdown ends. Specifically, it noted, employees must be compensated as soon as possible after the lapse ends, regardless of their regular pay schedule. This was a crucial detail because the Office of Management and Budget, OMB, had recently removed any mention of this 2019 law and the back pay guarantee from its official guidance. Earlier reports, including one from Axios on Tuesday, uncovered that the Trump administration was taking a controversial stance, claiming the back pay law applied only to the 2019 shutdown itself and not to future government closures. In response, the OMB issued new legal guidance reinforcing this unique interpretation. This claim clashes directly with the wording of the 2019 law, which President Trump signed amid that record-breaking 35-day shutdown. The law clearly states it covers any federal employees furloughed during any lapse in appropriations beginning on or after December 22, 2018, suggesting it was designed to apply indefinitely, not just once. Congressional leaders from both the Democratic and Republican parties swiftly rejected the Trump administration's narrow interpretation. They insisted the issue was settled. Furloughed federal employees should absolutely receive retroactive pay for shutdowns. Legal experts agreed, saying the plain language of the statute and its legislative history demonstrate Congress's intent to protect employees' wages during any future funding lapses. Interestingly, the Trump administration's own guidance in 2019 had affirmed the law's ongoing applicability. IRS workers who stood to be significantly impacted, about 35,000 employees, nearly half of the agency's workforce, were facing furloughs, were relieved to see a clear promise of back pay in their official notices. One furloughed IRS employee remarked, "It says we get paid." In writing, this is going to be a huge support for the union if Trump tries to deny us our pay. The same assurances were echoed in messages sent to workers at other federal agencies the previous week. But here's the part most people miss. What happens next could spark a heated legal and political debate. Will the administration stick to its split interpretation? Or will Congress and courts force a universal back pay mandate for furloughed workers? Is this a case of legal maneuvering or a misunderstanding of congressional intent? These questions are bound to fuel discussions for weeks to come. Eric Wagner contributed to compiling this report. What do you think? Should furloughed federal employees always receive back pay? Or does the administration have a point in drawing limits? Share your thoughts below and join the conversation.